start with some opening comments from you in just a moment, then I'm going to turn it over to the media. Media, when you have a question, please raise your hand and one of the microphones will be brought to you. Before we get to the opening comments, I'd like each player to introduce themselves, jersey number and position to the media.
Luke Landry, number 12, quarterback.
Jay Hidalgo, number 7, outside linebacker.
Ryan G, number 2, free safety.
Benno Woodring, number 4, outside linebacker.
Owen Morris, number 21, running back.
Some opening comments, Coach.
First off, what most people don't know about this group of guys is they've never won a playoff football game up until this year. So to do what they did is so special. This team, these seniors, these underclassmen, they've come to work every single day. I know some days they didn't want to be there at 6:15 Monday mornings or at 9 o'clock Saturdays after a big game, but they showed up and they did what we asked of them. Sometimes with a bit of pushing, but they were always there. They were always working. They were always willing to take coaching and get better. And I'm so proud of these guys. Like I said, that to do what they did is really, really special, and they deserve this.
Question.
This one's for Coach and Karan. Obviously, it didn't go the way you wanted to on that last offensive possession, but you were able to close it out right there. How were y'all able to do that?
Honestly, it was just like my team around me supporting the defense. They say go make a play. We're not there, we made the play. Celebrated on the sideline with the team.
Question.
This is for Owen and for Luke. It felt like there were different times throughout this game where you two had this like near telepathic connection where Luke gets these oncoming Dunham defensive linemen that are about to sack you, and then he's behind you, but you know exactly where Owen is. Could you kind of describe your relationship and how you're able to be so effective together?
Owen's a great ball player, and he's always there when I need him. He just made plays for me. He was in my face, got it to him, he would make a play after.
I'll be honest, it's not me. It's not he's making plays, he evades defenders, and he always tries to find a way to make a play.
Hey, Coach. Karan Eugene stepped up, huge throughout the season. He actually leads the team with interceptions. Can you talk about how big he's been for you guys throughout the season? Also, Karan, can you talk about what you saw on the last play when you made the interception?
It started last year when he was a freshman. There were games where we were preparing at practice, and Luke would make a throw, and Karan would get there, and he'd bat the ball down, and we'd bring him back to him like, look, man, if there's a guy like that back there, you better put some zip on it because he's going to get the ball. So we knew what we had in him last year coming into this year. He played some for us as a freshman, did some good things. But we knew that this year he was going to be special back there. I mean, he's a heck of an athlete. He can run, he can jump, he can catch. He can do all the things you have to do to be a successful football player. And he matured a lot this year. He learned our defense. He learned different things, and he made some mistakes, but everyone does. But he was willing to learn from those mistakes and keep working to get better.
Question.
Luke, we saw a photo of you in 2018 as a ball boy on this same field, and to walk off this year as most outstanding player. Can you talk about your journey, how you've grown as a leader, how you've grown as a player?
It was a very special journey. I think for my freshman year, I never saw the field into getting thrown in the starting position sophomore year, and it was a little rough, I won't lie. But I think those experiences built me into being a great leader and getting my team where I need to be, and the guys around me make me look good. So shout out to all of them.
Question.
And Luke, you really got into a quarterback battle with Elijah in that game. Can you talk about, did that kind of bring out something in you to kind of close this game out like that?
Definitely. I'm a competitor. When there's a guy that's number one in the country across from me, I'm going to step up my game and I'm going to play just as hard as him.
Question in the back.
For Coach, for Luke, guys, talking about how you guys didn't win a playoff game, had a great year that you had, but how much have your confidence built more and more each game, especially to finish something like that, like this game out, and didn't win a playoff game? Start this off.
I think that it started at practice, and we grew confidence in each other as a team, as a family. And once we found that we clicked, especially through the big games this season, the close ones that we pulled out, that confidence grew. And once we got over that hump in the first game of the playoffs this year, I knew it was going to be a special season.
Question in the back.
Coach, whenever Dunham started getting a little bit of momentum in that second half, getting a couple scores, the onside kick, the block punt, what was your message to your team to kind of ease their nerves and get them ready to go for the end of that game?
It was kind of the same messages all the time. Control we can control. They made a great play. They made some great plays. We had to keep battling for 48 minutes. We knew it was going to come down to that. I mean, we came to this game prepared to be a battle to the very end, just like last weekend. And I tell you what, these guys, they never quit. No matter what, like I said earlier, even if they would have scored that touchdown, I have no doubt that we would have went down and drove and found a way to win that game with 50 seconds left, 60 seconds, whatever it was, just because these guys are competitors through and through and never give up and continue to battle, even when things aren't looking great.
Question.
Karan, tell us about the play, and then Bennett, tell us about the fumble and what happened on that play 2 drives early.
So we lined up on the goal line, quarterback, he pulls it, wide receiver number 7 runs the flag. I try to bite on the flag, but then I saw I think it was number 1, it was wide open, I cut it back, threw the ball, and I only did it.
Question. I'm sorry.
So on the fumble recovery, we call a formation when I walk down, and they call it high tight and away from me, so I crash down on the line, and then our coach used us to get the best point, so I met the best point there, hand off the ball, so I just took it, and then I took off.
You just took it.
He just asked my question.
Question.
Coach, this is for you. What are your thoughts on representing New Iberia just as a city and the pride you have of representing your parish and actually the region as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I was a Catholic High graduate. I started my coaching career and teaching career at Catholic High. So to be able to bring a state championship back to New Iberia, where I was born and raised, to our community was amazing. Our community was huge for us. All the schools in New Iberia came out and celebrated us and did different things for us to support us in different ways. That's special. It's easy to just move on and forget about a team because we are competitors. We don't always play each other in all the sports, but we are competitors, and for them, the different coaches, the different student bodies, the different administrators to support us that way. It means a lot. And New Iberia is a special place.
Question.
Coach, I want to ask you about being down 14-3, just flipped offensively to really get in the groove, and defensively shut them down for like a quarter and a half. I mean, we thought gained control.
I felt like our offense played well the entire game. The first series we didn't quite get what we wanted. The second series we stalled out in the red zone, but our goal is to find points when we get into the red zone, and that's what we did. We continued to click. Luke and Owen connected a lot. I actually talked about it earlier this weekend with our coaches that we got to find a way to get the running back involved in the passing game. We started doing different concepts and different things like that. I'll be honest, I've kind of been waiting for Luke to kind of get him a little more involved. But with all the weapons we have, I know it's difficult. And credit to Dunham, they did a great job of taking different things away. And credit to Luke finding the open guy, whether it's a check down, whether it's kind of a first option. But I feel like our offense played well the entire game. In the second half, I may have gotten a little bit conservative at times. So that part's on me. But our offense played lights out all night.
Coach, this was not an easy playoff run for you, but just looking at what I saw on the field, this is a great group of young men. This is a very, very tough group. You mentioned already, first time that you guys have gone this deep in the playoffs, haven't won a playoff game. Talk to me about the team's mentality throughout this run and how it's changed from the start of the postseason to where you guys are now.
I'll say this, our team's personality is quite a bit different from myself and some of our coaches. It's been trying at times because they are a bunch of knuckleheads at times. And I'm, as some people would say, a fuddy-duddy. I'm straight to work, I'm business oriented. So sometimes I gotta back off and kind of let these guys do their thing. But the past 4 weeks, the way they practice, the way they prepare, I mean, they prepared well all year long. But the past 4 weeks, I mean, they were laser focused. They did everything they were supposed to do, and then some. So, you know, the way they worked, the way they prepared, I knew that this could be a special run. I knew from the beginning, you know, that these guys could be really special and that this team could be really special. You know, to think that we're going to win a state championship at the beginning of the year, that's always our goal, but that takes so many different things going your way. Doesn't matter how good you are, you got to have some luck go your way. You got to stay healthy, which we were fortunate that we stayed healthy pretty much the whole year. We had some injuries early on, but everyone was able to come back. So there's just so many different things that go into it, but the way our guys prepared these past 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, even during the bye week, you know, they were laser focused, they were locked in, which isn't easy for a bunch of high school kids. I mean, it's not easy for college kids, for professional kids, professional grown men. So the way they handled things, you know, I'm so proud of this group. You know, I can't say enough good things about them.
JD, after the first 2 possessions, looked like they were going to score 40 or 50 points, but it totally changed. They punted in 6 of the next 7. What did y'all do different? What changed on defense to corral them a little bit?
I really think it was just energy-wise. I think we just started off a little bit slowly, a little bit lethargic on the field. And then, I mean, after we got, I think, our first stop on defense, and after that, everybody just turned on again. I mean, back to our normal Catholic High defense, and I couldn't be more proud of these guys for stepping up when they were needed.
Coach, I'm gonna let you kids do something a little special with you. You each got about 15 seconds to give a message to your coach.
Okay, I'm gonna start off saying I'm thankful, very thankful. You hold me accountable for my grades, help me with anything I need, come to you whenever I want. You know, you're always there for me, and I really appreciate you. I love you a lot.
I want to say thank you. You keep me accountable with you know, what. You keep me in check, and you've taught me a lot. Thank you. You helped me grow.
I would just like to thank Coach Matt for allowing me to come back to football, because actually my sophomore year I was planning on not playing because I had so many injuries the year before. And then something brought me back, and I went to Coach Matt and I was like, hey Coach, I have a strong feeling about coming back and playing. And he went and talked to the coaches, made sure it was all right with them, and he allowed me to come back, and I couldn't be more grateful for him allowing me to stick with this team.
I want to say thank you. You really know how to control the team. I mean, you've kept us together. I mean, sometimes, some games we get down, but you always had our backs and held our heads up. Thank you.
I'm extremely grateful for you, Coach. You changed this program around from what we started our first 2 years, and I couldn't be more happy that you're here to coach us, to hold us accountable, and to make us work hard every day.
Coach, you have the final word.
Thank you guys. That means a lot, you know. Spend a lot of times with you, get a lot of time with you guys, sacrificing family time, and you do become my family. Y'all are all 64 of you guys are my sons, and I love you guys, and I'm happy that y'all able to get this.
Catholic High, New Iberia State Champions. Thank you, Coach.
Thank y'all.